Okay, in this video, we're going to be working through triangles and then finding a missing measure for one of the angle measures. So the most important part is you must understand that the sum of the angles of a triangle equal 180 degrees. In other words, when you add all of the angles together, they're going to equal 180 exactly. No more, no less. Okay, so they're going to start out with giving us some basic triangles. So here's a triangle, and we have 28, x, and 50 for our degree measurements. So let's discuss first of all what we know about this triangle. Well, we know that they equal 180. Okay, and what do we see in our figure? Well, we see a 28 degree measure, we see a 50 degree measure, and we see an x degree. Okay, so I always do what I see and what I know. So what I see is on the left side, what I know, a triangle is 180 degrees. Now I'm going to simplify where I can. These are like terms. So 28 plus 50. Some of you will just automatically do this part of it. 28 plus 50 gives me 78 degrees plus x equals 180. So now to get x by itself, we're going to subtract 78 degrees. I get x equals 102 degrees. That's my final answer. Now, I know some of you, once you get comfortable with the process, will go through and look at this and say, I'm just going to take 180 degrees and I'm going to subtract off what I know. I'm going to subtract the 28 and then I'm going to subtract the 50 and see what is left over. And you can do that. If you want to use your calculator to do that, that's perfectly fine. This is how I'm explaining it using a little bit of algebra. Okay, because in 8th grade, you'll be actually advancing on even further using this concept. All right, so let's go ahead and try another one. Here's our next one. You guys remember these two mean that there are two sides that are equal, which means there are also two angles that are equal. So looking at it, you might be able to tell whether it's 84 or 48, but we're going to go ahead and use our skills. So what do we know about a triangle? We know it equals 180 degrees. Okay, what do we see? We see x plus a 48 plus an 84. And once again, we know that equals 180. So I'm going to simplify and put these together. So 48 plus 84, and yes, you can use your calculator for this, is 132. So I have x plus 132 equals 180. And then I'm going to subtract 132 to get x by itself. I get 48 degrees. So x equals 48 degrees. So you can see, actually, there's our two sides. Two sides that are equal are two angles opposite. Those are also equal to each other. Okay. All right, I want you guys to try this one really quickly. So pause your video and then work your way through this, remembering what does this corner mean? It means 90 degrees. So what do you see? What do you know? So go ahead, pause your video, work your way to figure out what x equals. Okay, you should have found out that x equals 45 degrees, so you could use algebra. You could also take 180 minus 90 minus 45, or you may have also used that concept of if these two sides are equal, then the angles opposite are also equal. So that would also show us that x equals 45. Just another concept, more advanced, that you could use.